The Shining, Operation Paperclip, and the Apollo 11 Conspiracy, a rocket-fueled descent into madness. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is many things. A psychological horror masterpiece, a meditation on isolation, and a case study in why you shouldn't hire a raging alcoholic to look after your haunted hotel. But beneath its blood-soaked carpet and ghostly hallways lies another layer of intrigue, a bizarre connection to America's post-World War II scientific ambitions, Operation Paperclip, and the Apollo 11 moon landing. Buckle up, because this essay is going to careen down the rabbit hole faster than Jack Torrance on a murder spree. Operation Paperclip, Nazis, rockets, and the American dream. Before we dive into Kubrick's labyrinthine symbolism, let's detour into history. Operation Paperclip was a covert U.S. program that smuggled more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians into the United States after World War II. Among these recruits was Wernher von Braun, a rocket scientist who helped build the Nazi V-2 rockets that terrorized London. After the war, von Braun switched allegiances faster than Jack Torrance, losing his temper, and became the chief architect of NASA's Saturn V rocket, which powered the Apollo 11 moon landing. To summarize, America pardoned some of the sharpest and morally compromised minds of the Third Reich, handed them lab coats and said, "Hey, how about we aim those rockets up instead of at London?" Danny's sweater? A not-so-subtle signal. Now, let's revisit The Shining. One of the film's most iconic moments is when young Danny Torrance rides his big wheel through the hotel's sprawling hallways. During this scene, he's wearing a sweater that depicts a rocket labeled Apollo 11. Coincidence? Not if you're wearing your tinfoil hat at the proper angle. To conspiracy theorists, this sweater is a direct confession from Kubrick. "I faked the moon landing, and this movie is my coded confession." You see, Kubrick wasn't just any filmmaker. He was a man obsessed with precision, capable of making Jack Nicholson endure 127 takes just to chop through a door. If Kubrick wanted Danny to wear that sweater, you'd better believe it wasn't because the wardrobe department ran out of cardigans. Room 237. A cosmic black hole of conspiracy. The number 237 looms large in The Shining. It's the room Danny is warned to avoid, the site of ghostly horrors and a hub of endless conspiracy theories. Theorists note that the moon is approximately 237,000 miles from Earth, give or take a few thousand miles, but hey, who's counting? The implication? Room 237 is Kubrick's sly nod to the lunar distance, and thus the moon landing itself. The scene where Danny enters room 237 and emerges traumatized has been interpreted as a metaphor for Kubrick's own experience with the Apollo 11 project. In this reading, Danny represents Kubrick, reluctantly entering a morally dubious agreement, directing a fake moon landing for NASA. The aftermath, Danny's muteness and terror, parallels Kubrick's guilt and silence about his alleged role in the greatest space-related hoax of all time. The Overlook Hotel, a monument to American ambition and sin. The Overlook Hotel itself is a metaphorical goldmine. Built on Native American burial grounds, it's a symbol of American expansionism and exploitation, a perfect parallel to Operation Paperclip. Just as the U.S. built its space program on the contributions of former Nazis, the Overlook was built on the erasure of a darker, inconvenient past. Both are grand, gleaming edifices with skeletons and maybe a few rivers of blood in their closets. Jack Torrance's descent into madness mirrors the moral compromises inherent in these endeavors. He begins as a man with grand ambitions, a writer seeking isolation to focus on his craft. But as the Overlook's sinister forces take hold, he devolves into a tool of destruction, much like the rocket scientists of Operation Paperclip, who shifted from war machines to space exploration. Both Jack and the Overlook are driven by ambition, yet haunted by the cost. Kubrick, conspiracies, and the moon landing. The idea that Kubrick directed the Apollo 11 moon landing has been circulating since the mid-1970s, fueled by his groundbreaking work on 2001, A Space Odyssey. The argument goes that NASA, impressed by Kubrick's ability to depict space travel with stunning realism, tapped him to stage the moon landing. The Shining, in this theory, is Kubrick's encoded confession. Take Jack's infamous line, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy." Some believe work represents Kubrick's forced participation in the moon landing hoax, while no play reflects the lack of creative freedom he had under NASA's alleged thumb. It's a stretch, sure, but so is believing that a haunted hotel can convince you to axe murder your family. Final thoughts: a sweater, a room, and a rocket-fueled conspiracy. Ultimately, The Shining is many things. A masterpiece of horror, a portrait of madness, and, if conspiracy theorists are to be believed, a confession of Kubrick's involvement in faking the moon landing. Danny's Apollo 11 sweater and the mysteries of Room 237 may be cryptic clues, or they may just be the red herrings of a director who delighted in ambiguity. Kubrick, ever the perfectionist, crafted a film that invites endless interpretation, be it psychological, supernatural, or NASA-related. As for Operation Paperclip, it stands as one of history's most bizarre ironies. The US partnered with ex-Nazis to win the space race and put a man on the moon. Kubrick, with his penchant for exploring the darker side of human ambition, couldn't have asked for a better backdrop to infuse his film with layers of hidden meaning, or at least give conspiracy theorists a lifetime of material. So the next time you watch The Shining, pay close attention to Danny's sweater, Jack's descent, and the eerie symmetry between the Overlook Hotel and humanity's compromises in the name of progress. Just don't let yourself get too lost in the conspiracies, or in Room 237. After all, we've got enough ghosts haunting us already. Cheers!